I'd like to offer a little help for the learning log assignment. Um, this can be turned in. If you got less than 20 points, you should turn this back in, and feel free to turn that back in so you can get full credit. Even if you got 4 points or 12 points or whatever you got, turn that back in so we can get you to 20 points. So here's how it works. These are 4 objectives that I want you to look at, and for each objective we're going to answer some questions or reflect back. And the purpose of this is so we can connect what we do in class to what you're supposed to know, and then find out how you feel like you understood that stuff, whatever that is. So here specifically is the first objective that we've kind of looked at, and it's to analyze an experiment and be able to identify the variables. Okay. In class we did several things. We used the textbook, we answered some questions, we did a computer simulations that we did in class. So there's 3 things that we did in class. And so if I scroll down, the directions are to write the objective down for each one of these. There's 4 above, and if you're going to choose, I'm going to do this first one kind of with you. So I would write down the words analyze an experiment and be able to identify the variables. That would be writing it down. The second part is describe what we did in class about that objective. About that objective, we read the textbook, answered some questions, we did a computer simulation. So you just list those things out under number 2. Reflect on your participation. Only you can do that. So you can write a paragraph or a couple of sentences or whatever, but at that point you're looking at the things that we did in class and you're reflecting on your effort. Did you make an effort? I'm trying to get you to look at yourself and say, okay, I really tried, or I did not, or just that kind of thing. If you tried, it's a very simple thing. I did a good job. I understand what's going on. Then I'm hoping you can rate yourself from 1 to 5 on how well you understand that. So in this example, analyze an experiment and be able to identify the variables. If I were to give you an experiment like, let's say, one in the Medicine Man movie, like where they had guinea pigs, and they gave cancer to 2 guinea pigs, and then they gave the serum to one of the guinea pigs and ran a controlled experiment that way. Could you tell me could you identify the variables in a hypothesis? So if you can and you're feeling great about it, then you rate yourself a 5. And then this says to write a plan. So if you feel like you've understood more or less how to do that objective, then you would not really need to say you need to do anything. If you need to pay better attention or go back and review the textbook a little bit more, then that would be part of a plan to allow yourself to fulfill that objective. So the idea is, this is what you're supposed to know. We did some things in class. How did you do? And then if you didn't do well, what do you need to do to be able to learn that? That's the whole point of this, is just what do you need to do to be able to learn that? And so you just need to do these 4 questions, if you want to look at these tasks, for each one of these. So you're going to do this process 4 times. Okay, and it's a little bit repetitive because some of these, for 1 and 2, we did similar activities, and for describe 5 characteristics of living things, we did an observation lab, and we've had a discussion in class, and then we also read page 16 in the textbook, and then we took a quiz on that. So those are the kinds of things we did for that. Hope this helps. Good luck.